A very good morning to all my dear students. I hope you all are doing well. In the previous video, which was the second part of the lesson, Medieval Europe, Rise and Spread of Christianity, where we studied about the Sage of Jerusalem, Jesus Christ, his teachings, and what role did Constantine I played in spreading Christianity. So in today's video, we'll complete the remaining portion of the lesson. So let's start. Now we'll see the reasons which led to the decline of Roman Empire. The first one, political corruption, constant wars, infighting among soldiers. Then imperialism destroyed democracy, it encouraged slavery, and it created idle city mobs. Then slave revolts became very frequent. Then the coming of Christian religion to Rome played part in weakening the rule of emperors. Then the Eastern Roman Empire after 1453 was conquered by Turks, and the Western Roman Empire was destroyed by German tribes, that is, the Goths, Vandals, who were referred as barbarians. Now we'll study in detail how did the Eastern and the Western Roman Empire declined. The Western Roman Empire was many times attacked by northern invaders or barbarians who were a group of uncivilized people who belonged to German tribes of Goths, Franks and Vandals. They had been raiding Roman outposts and city for a long time. In 476 CE, the Vandals overthrew the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustus, and the chieftain of the Vandals became the king. Now we'll see the impact of decline of Western Roman Empire. Now with the downfall of the Roman Empire, it resulted in a great confusion and it gave rise to a large number of small states. In about 800 CE, Charlemagne founded an empire which included modern France and Germany along with a part of Italy. Now Charlemagne was crowned the first Holy Roman Emperor by Pope Leo III in the year 800 CE. Under his rule, Christianity became the framework of life in Europe. He built a civilization guided by Christian principles. Schools were founded and many Gothic cathedrals and churches were built all over Europe. The paintings, sculpture, and books of this period show great influence of the church and its teachings on the people. Artists and artisans made beautiful things with great skill to be used in religious services. Throughout the Middle Ages, the clergy and the religious orders of the monks wielded great influence on the people and their government. This empire later broke up after his death. By 1000 CE, a new empire, the Holy Roman Empire, came into existence and extended over Germany and Austria. And hence gradually many big and small kingdoms grew up in other parts of Western Europe. The fall of Roman Empire had an adverse effect on Latin learning. The spread of Latin language was halted. The use of the language itself declined, both for official purposes and at a popular level. Germanic invasions altered the linguistic character of Western Europe. Now we come to the Eastern Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire or the Byzantine Empire with Constantinople as its capital existed till 1453 CE. This empire was politically and economically very stable. The Byzantine Empire inherited and preserved some of the attainments of the Roman civilization. This empire thrived due to trade with Eastern countries. The Byzantine emperors took the lead in systemizing and codifying the Roman law. This empire declined after 1453 with the fall of Constantinople. Fall of Constantinople means the capture of the city of Constantinople at the hands of Turks. With the fall of Constantinople and the capture of the capital of the Byzantine Empire by an invading army of the Ottoman Turks in 1453 sent a shock wave in Europe. The name of Constantinople was changed to Istanbul. The capture of Constantinople marked the end of Roman Empire and the beginning of Ottoman Empire. The Ottoman dynasty is named after the first ruler of the Ottoman polity, Osman I, who descended from the Turkish tribe which had migrated from Central Asia. Islam was the official religion of the Ottoman Empire, so series of religious wars started between Muslims and Christians. Now these religious wars were known as Crusades. The aim of the Christians was to capture the Holy Land of Jerusalem from Turks. Jerusalem was conquered by the Arabs in 638 CE, but according to Christians it was a place of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Hence, the Crusades were a series of religious wars between Muslims and Christians between 11th and 13th centuries with the primary aim of capturing Jerusalem. 8 Crusades were fought in the span of 2 centuries. In the First Crusade, which happened in 1098 to 99, where Christian soldiers from France and Italy claimed Jerusalem. The Second Crusade happened between 1145 to 49 CE, and the Third Crusade happened in 1189 CE. After the Third Crusade, Europe lost military interest in Islam and focused on its internal political and cultural development. Now, these crusades had a profound impact on Europe, its life, culture, and society, and the economy. Now, what were these impacts? The first one, the Crusaders came in contact with the advanced Arab and Greek civilizations and gained knowledge in science, mathematics, that is algebra, art, and architecture. This learning paved the way for the movement of Renaissance in Europe. Second one, the Crusaders learned to use gunpowder and guns from the Turks, which eliminated the role of knights and led to decline of feudalism. Third, trade relations between Europe and Asia grew, new trade routes were explored, trade improved, and the economy of Europe also improved. And the fourth one, the kings received more revenue from traders in form of taxes, so kings became more powerful and effectively maintained law and order. Another important development which took place in this period was the building of monasteries. A monastery is an institution where monks lived. Now, monks were men who lived and worked for the welfare of human race and devoted their life to prayers. By the end of 4th century, many devout and well-to-do Christians in Rome decided to become monks and go to Palestine. They were tired of the luxury and corruption of the Western world, and now they wanted to help the poor and aid the pilgrims to visit the holy places. Hence, they played a very important role during the Middle Ages. Now, let's see what role did they play. Now, these monks helped people to get out of disorder left in Europe. The monasteries were the centers of order, discipline, and learning. The art of woodcutting, mural paintings flourished in this period. They founded schools and provided incentives to scholars and protected orphans and widows. Monasteries were centers of learning, as both religious and secular education was imparted. The nuns also served the society as teachers and preachers. The monasteries provided missionaries to preach in non-Christian lands. By the end of 16th century, the Christian churches had many divisions. The two most important divisions were the Catholic Church and the Protestant Church. With this, we come to an end of our first lesson, Medieval Europe, Rise and Spread of Christianity. I hope you all have understood it well. I'll be sending you the question and answers. Kindly prepare a register and write the question and answers in it. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good day. Thank you.